This is a Jeanneau NC33. Now, there's a lot of clever thinking in this. Jeanneau do two versions of boats of this size. They do a leader version, which is like an open cockpit, and the NC range is more of a deck saloon. So this, rather than being all cockpit area, it actually has an enclosed saloon area, and I'll show you that as we go on board. So if we head right to the back, the clever thinking starts actually right back here, because this seat, you can see there's like a cutout there, that can actually slide. You see how it's bolted down, and you can see then there's another slot for that bolt a bit further forward. The idea of that is if you've got a dinghy on the back, you can slide that forward, get your dinghy on there and have a bigger bathing platform. However, once the dinghy is launched, or if you don't have a dinghy at all, of course, then you can slide that back and get more cockpit space. Obviously, if you slide it forward, what you do is you take out that little section there, so it's got somewhere to go. So that's rather a neat idea. And the other thing that you have back here is this backrest. If we lift it, it's easy with two hands, but I should try it with one. There we go. That folds down and makes a sun pad. Also, there is a section here, you can see these two bars here, so that will all slide out. I won't pull it all out right now, but it comes out to about here as a cushion goes on there, and that makes a big sunbathing area on the back of the boat. So it's really adaptable even before we've got into the cockpit and into the cabin. Let's pull that one back up. It just drops up like that. There's a door across here, of course, a bit of security. And then we've got the canopy off, but there is a canopy that goes into this. You can see a side section still left in over there, so you can see how that works. And if you want to, you can take all of this off, of course. Now, this is what I mean about this being a deck saloon boat rather than an open cockpit boat. So if you look at a leader, in fact, there's one next door. On this boat, this is all upper deck. So if I step over here, you will see that's all cockpit on the main deck. What they've done with this is said, okay, we're going to put some doors in at the back and make that an internal area. And the idea of that, of course, is if an area sort of more Northern European, for example, then you've got a lot more shelter, but you're still raised up on this main deck area. So that is a nice touch. Clearly with the door open and the roof open, you still get plenty of air and light through here. And in fact, you can see that that window there drops down. So you've got ventilation there as well. And there's even an opening door next to the helm. I'll show you that in a moment. We'll start here. There is a galley area. Let's move that fella out of the way for a moment. So underneath here is your 2-burner hob. Your sink is underneath there as well. And then there's a gas oven down underneath. This is a bit of storage and the bin. And that actually is the head unit for the Fusion stereo. And then if we go up to here, that's the fridge hidden down underneath the helm seat. So that's that. The helm itself is over on this side. They've done this all in nice low glare material so it doesn't reflect on the screen. You've got a lift bolster, so you can stand here at the helm if you want to. And this, I think, is really clever. So first of all, there's a door here. So if you want to, you can just pull that back. And you've got really nice connection to the outdoors, because with that open and the roof open and that window open, it does make for quite an open air experience, considering that this is a deck saloon boat. But take a look at this. You can drop this fella here down, and what that does is allow you to stand here and get a little bit more height if you want it. But then there's another one here. Look at this. And now you've got steps up and out of the boat. And again, stand up onto the top one, and you can put your head up through. If you're manoeuvring the boat, you can just get a little bit better view. But normally you drive it from here, looking out through the screen. As I say, you've got this big sliding door over on this side. And then ahead of you, throttles, bow thruster, your engine instrumentation. There's a multifunction display in the center there, and so on. More clever ideas? Well, you've got this seating area around the table. The table expands to make that larger. And in fact, there is an infill for this, so you can make that into a double bed if you want to. There are 2 cabins as well. We'll have a look at those in a moment. But you might notice these little slots here and wonder what those are for. I shall show you. If we pull that one there, there we go, that pops behind, and there we are. Now you've got forward-facing seating next to the helm. So when you're driving the boat, you're not alone. People can sit up here. And you've got a very comfortable area then to join in with the drive of the boat. Great view out, talk to the helmsperson. All good. Pretty nifty, huh? Anyway, more to see. Let's go this way. That's those steps that we just looked at. These are the steps down to the lower deck. Now down here, a couple of things to show you. First of all, This is almost like a little, I don't know, utility area really, because you've got another fridge in here, and you've got these little sliding drawers. Put your baked beans or your tomato ketchup or other important supplies. That's a water gauge there, so you know how much water is in the boat. And then from here, this is a pocket door, so it slides like that. And that's your forward cabin now for a 33-foot boat. I think that's a pretty decent size. Some quite trick lighting in around in places like this. You've got the 2 overhead hatches as well, so you've got plenty of light into here, or you can pull blackout blinds across if you want to, like that. And a really good sized double bed. Hull windows in this one as well, so we've got a view out through there, and then hanging locker, storage. So this is all storage up around here, and then down this side as well, of course, and even underneath the bed. If we lift that, you can see there's absolutely massive locker underneath there. So bedding or whatever you want to keep in there, you can do. You'll also notice these sliding bits. That's because you can actually alter the length of this bed like that. So if you're tall, you might want to compromise a bit on the floor space and have a longer bed. If you don't need that length, have a bit more floor space. Let's say a lot of clever thinking in this one. What else have we got? If we head back a little bit further, this is the mid cabin. Again, remember this is a 33-foot boat, because actually this is a pretty decent size. Look at that. Those are the infill cushions for the table, so that you can convert that saloon area into more sleeping. But that is a nice cabin. 2 adults in there, no problem whatsoever. Again, you've got your hull windows, you've got an opening section for a bit of ventilation, storage about the place, little hanging locker in there. I think that's really good. And what else can we find down here? The heads, of course. That's over on this side. So, basin there, and then you've got the loo, but also that doubles as a shower area. You can see the shower is up there, and then this door closes across to here, and so you've got a separate shower area, and you can step out into a dry section. It's very neatly done, isn't it? You might spot the hinges there and wonder what's in there, so I will show you. A bit more storage. And in fact, your battery switches are down here as well, so your main isolators for the batteries are easy to reach. So that is the interior. Let's go and have a look around the outside, and we're going to do that just by heading out through this door, I think. And this takes us directly out onto the side deck and up onto the bow. Now you can have sunbathing cushions on here if you want to, of course. You have got that sunbathing area at the back, don't forget. But if you want them up here, you can have them. Electric anchor winch on this one. Anchor, of course, there on the front. And that's the anchor locker down in there. It's a very neatly designed boat, isn't it? Let's go look at the engines. So we'll come back down here. So we'll put a decent rail here, which is nice. And I think we'll jink back in through this way as the canopy is on. This makes life a little bit easier. And the engines we will find back under the floor here. So I'll move my shoes out of the way. Flip that catch and that one. And up she comes. And those are a pair of Volvo Penta D3 220. Do you know how I can tell? Because it has D3 220 written on them. Even idiots like me can figure it out. That's a pretty decent engine room though. You can step down into there, get in front of the engines, get around the sides. That's pretty good. But what is also excellent is they put a big storage area up here. Look, that's the canopy section that's taken out of the back. So if you want to put your canopies away, they can go into there. You've also got tanks in here. Fire extinguishing system is in there as well. You can see that just there. And the same on the other side, in fact. Very good. Nicely finished too. I like the way they flow coated all the floor. It's all nice and smooth. Those engines, I'm going to guess 30 to 35 knots flat out. Probably near to 35, I would think. Somewhere up around there. And cruising there for 25 knots very comfortably. And range, well, this sort of boat, typically you're looking at about 250 miles at a fast cruise. That sort of area. but absolutely all you need for this sort of boat. That's very good indeed. Let's drop that one back down. Find that catch so we don't slam it. There we go. Put those down there. And I think I'm going to finish up on this nice seat next to the helm. There we go. And I will say thank you to Sea Ventures. They're the dealers for these and they organise this tour. And thank you to you guys as ever for watching. We'll catch you on another yacht tour very soon. Take care. Bye bye.